走り出せ走り出せ空高く旗かざし
I want you to get out of here as fast as you can. Go find Dad. We'll catch up, don't worry. All right. I'll miss you too. Now don't worry about me. I'll see you soon. Okay, dog, let's do it. Before I change mine. Okay. Careful, hold on. Whoa. Phew. Whew. Good throw, dog. Now go, boy, go on. You'll be fine, just... Uh-oh. What now? Whoa. Hold on. All right, let's get off before the next ride starts. Time to look for another way around. How are we gonna get through here? Roller mines. They could help us get out of here. Can you find where those roller mines are going? I've got an idea how to use one.
extra juice in the right spot, and it's on our side. We'll hold it out where I can work on it. There it is. It's a lot more unstable, but it should last long enough to take out the whole stopper. Okay. We can get through now. I'm glad we're doing this together. Soldiers. Let me see if I can pin down a path to the core.
I can still deliver Earth, but not without trying out. The portal destination is unattainable. Surely you can set the relay elsewhere. There's no way I can survive in that environment.
Thank God, it's just an old
A
recording.
host body? You must be joking. I can't move past that. Oh, all
Let me
right.
see
Damn
if
it.
I
If that's
can
what it
do
takes. Just hurry. He's right behind me. Oh, shit.
What the hell? What the hell was that thing? Whatever that was, it's gone now. Let's get out of here. Gordon? What's going on in there?
Confiscation field engaged.
Hey, it's doing something to the gravity gun. It looks like it did in Brain's portal reactor.
Illegal counter-resonance singularity.
Let's see if we can find a way through the control room. The elevator's down in the core entry. Let me see if I can call it back to this level. These readings are off the chart. I hope it's not too late to re-engage the containment field. Good thing you know what you're doing. Well, here's your elevator. Gordon, I wish there was something else I could do to help. Hurry back.
Warning. Hazardous radiation levels detected.
scientists poking around in the control data. They were trying to start a chain reaction, all right. But destroying the Citadel is just a side effect. Since we took out Brain's reactor, this is the only way they have to send a transmission packet back to wherever they came from. I can't tell what the packet contains, but it's important enough that they're willing to sacrifice the whole Citadel to send it off. We need to get it back to my dad and Dr. Kleiner at the outpost right away. I've been pulling down a copy. Whatever it is, I have a feeling it's bad news for all of us. There's something else. It's Judith. Take a look.
I'm fairly sure I've pinned down the location of the project. It's hard to say how much of it might have survived intact or whether there's anything remaining that could compromise our work if it were discovered by the Combine. We'll need to take a close look at it, of course, but I should be able to give a better opinion within a few hours. If the site is where we think it is, then it should be no more than... I'm gonna cut this short. We may have been spotted.
Where the hell is she?
What the hell is that?
She's in serious trouble. We need to get this and the transmission packet to my dad. He'll know what to do with it. The packet's done copied. I've got it right here. Now let's get the hell out of here. Uh-oh. I think they felt that. I've secured an exit elevator. It's this way. Come on! Something tells me they don't want us to even win. This lift will take us to a train platform. If we can hitch a ride, it should take us straight out of the city. Hey, the gravity gun's back to normal. Well, it was nice while it lasted. This is our train. Let's get in. Nice clean getaway. I don't know what's in this copy we made, but they're not thrilled about us having it. You know, all things considered, we're not Oh no. It's a stalker car. God damn the Combine. This is what happens to you if you resist. Or if you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. God, I hope you don't remember who you were. All right. Let's see where this train is headed. With any luck, we should be well out of the city before it's too late. Thank God we're not on foot. I hope the worst is over.
Brace yourself!
easy as I thought. We're in the same boat as the other evacuees now. On foot to a train station. Let's head for the surface. Dr. Kleiner says whenever he locked himself out of his office, you and Barney used to compete to see who could get in fastest without using a key. The Combine's defense field must have collapsed. Makes sense.
Ammunition depleted.
What the hell is that? A Combine zombie. That's like a zombine, right? Zombine, get it? Okay. Crap! Look out! It's got a grenade! knock them over, Gordon. hear myself think. suit. This water's nasty. It's moving. Oh, and here comes trouble. Was close. Oh my god. I hope it's still light out. Hello? Can you let us out of here? Hello? That's it. See if the crank still works. Come on, Gordon, crank that thing.
Sound what?
Great. Okay, let's get to the train yard before the Citadel blows.
depths of the Combine, there is much ground
Finally,
to cover.
fresh.
And in fact, I hope
Oh
to
my God.
institute a series of useful
Strider's
bulletins
really
in the
tore
days
the hell
ahead.
out of this place.
However, for now we will have to content ourselves with some relatively meager exposition. The destabilization of
never
the City
been
17
happier to see
reactor
Dr. Kleiner.
has had repercussions that were not entirely unexpected, although we hardly dared speak this hope ahead of time. The destructive pulse forced the cell reactor.
I was hoping we'd get a bit farther before they noticed us again. Good job sealing the burrows. Here they come. Bring that over here and I'll rejigger it. Down. We need some way to take out those gunners. Here, bring it closer. Nice toss, Gordon. That sniper almost took my head off. Let me climb up and take a look at what we're walking into. Uh-oh. They've got the street fortified up ahead. You run point, okay? I'll cover you from up here till you reach the far end. When the coast is clear, I'll catch up. Okay, looks like I can get that ladder down to you. Let me shoot out the latch. I might be a little rusty with this rifle. Ha! Nope, guess I'm not. Glad that's over. Oh, God. Looks like the reactor's back on track for a meltdown. That transmission's going out after all. Oh! I'd like to find another way around these buildings, but we really don't have time. Okay, let's get in. Come on. I think we just broke about 50 combine regulations. What's that beeping sound? Get away from the doors!
Medical systems engaged. Morphine administered. Emergency. User dead. Vital signs critical. Completed.
Uh-oh. Here we go again.
Dr. Freeman, I'm coming with you! Hey, over here!
What are you still doing here? Everyone should clear out of the city.
The Combine's not making it easy. We're trying to get enough people together to force our way through to the train station. People are meeting up in a safe house nearby.
Can you take us there?
You bet. Let's go. This way. Hey, it's me. Open the door.
What's the password?
I'm not even gonna tell you to shut up.
Come on in.
Previously, certain protein chains important to the process of embryonic
You're
development
Kleiner's
were
daughter, right?
selectively prevented from
No.
forming.
My dad's a
This
Jessica
is no
Coverage.
longer the case. For those so terms,
Dr.
you should give
Kleiner
serious
really
consideration
telling
to
everyone
doing
to-
your part for the revival of the
You're busy?
species. We must make the most of the time we have, as it is by no means certain how much time we have secured ourselves before the Combine attempt to restore their dominion, as they certainly shall. Since this is, in fact, the first opportunity we have had to speak openly, and those who resist. This message repeatedly, looping it any longer. I apologize for any inadvertent errors or omissions. As you can imagine, we have had scarcely time to record, let
I met
alone
a
rehearse.
Jessica Coverage one time.
What's that, Eli?
What an idiot.
Oh,
Between you and me, I don't trust those
this has
boarding
been
guys.
Dr. Isaac Kleiner,
I blame
formerly of
Black
Black Mesa, now simply a citizen. Like all
So
of
much
you
for better living through
of Earth.
science.
Dr. Kleiner says
Let
we
me
can
just
mate now.
add
Not
to all
that I
those
need
who
a
can hear me now, as we struggle
What
out of
idiot
the
put
shadow
Kleiner
of
in
our
charge?
malefactors, welcome back to the light.
Sometimes I think everybody's a doctor but me.
Now, where did I put
Everything
that?
we do seems to make things worse.
This was such a nice neighborhood, too.
It used to be safer here.
We're sitting ducks in here. Or
Careful,
maybe fish in a
Lamar.
barrel.
These lamps are quite
Anyway,
hot.
it's not good.
I hear it's a lot better out in the country.
Is this on? Yes. Very well. I am not much of a public speaker, but I'll do my best. Fellow citizens, residents of City 17 and environs,
This is gonna sound
by
crazy.
which I mean sentient
I missed the
residents, of course,
Combine.
human and otherwise. Although
Somehow,
I believe
thought
there is
things would
little
be
need
better
to
by now.
explain
Wouldn't recommend
recent
using the stairs
developments
right
to
now.
our Vortigaunt allies. At any rate,
We're all starving, and
First,
Kleiner's head crab's
as a
probably
matter of great
great
urgency,
ahead.
if you
They might
find
call them
yourself
crabs,
still
but I'll tell
within
you
the
what, they
confines
don't
of City
taste like crab.
17, you are well advised to leave the city at once by the fastest means available to you. We have restored service to much of the commuter transport system in order to carry citizens out of the city as quickly as possible. We have also established camps and triage areas in the surrounding environment.
When this is all over,
I repeat, you must evacuate the city at once. While there was certainly a great benefit in destroying the Citadel's teleport core, we have detected one rather unfortunate side effect. It would appear an inevitability that very soon now, the Citadel will be consumed in a destructive event whose magnitude I cannot currently estimate with any certainty, except to say that it will almost certainly irradiate an area of many miles radius. Therefore, I repeat, evacuate City 17.
Gordon? Alex? I don't believe it. How the hell did you get out of the Citadel?
We're not exactly sure. All I know is the Vortigaunts had something to do with it. But what about you, Barney?
I'm doing okay, just going crazy trying to...
They found us!
Aw, hell, Gordon? Were you followed again?
We stole some information from the Citadel on our way out. I don't know what it is yet, but it's important enough that they've been hounding us the whole way here.
Well, that puts the pressure on. Look, we gotta get moving. You guys know about the evacuation trains, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we've been planning to make a push on the train station. Now it looks like we're gonna have to cut a path through every chicken ship Metro cop who's having second thoughts about defending City 17.
If Gordon and I took a separate route, we could draw the Combine away from you. That'd give you a chance to get the trains filled up before we get there.
Really? Well, if you say so. Now, come here, look over here. Okay, across this bridge, over the rooftops, is a safe path to the station.
It's
you head that way. I'll hit the streets and round up everyone who's been waiting. We'll meet you there.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Hey, Gordon, before you go, I was getting tired of carrying this around. Listen, I don't have many more of these, so try not to lose this one, okay? Go on across, Gordon. She's waiting for you. You lucky dog, you. See you at the station!
It's a gunship. Jesus, Gordon, you're a real terror. Think it's dead? Maybe you should whack it with a crowbar just in case. Oh, God, not again. So much for medical supplies. I found a shotgun.
I wondered if you were gonna make it in time.
Sorry to keep you waiting. The Combine's on our tail. What's the plan?
I'm sending folks out in groups. Now, like I said before, if you can keep them safe and provide cover, we might actually stand a chance of reaching the escape trains.
Sounds good. Send out the first group.
Here we go.
Freeman, ammo! I don't think this war's ever gonna end.
Doing good. That wasn't so hard. We should have brought everyone over at once.
Take them to the train!
Take some ammo!
We've got you covered. Hurry up, people. We'd never make it.
Fantastic ass kicking, Doc.
Freeman, ammo!
Keep your heads down.
Hurry up, people. It was touch and go for a minute there.
Okay, they're safe. Go for another.
Now that's the Gordon Freeman I know.
Take some ammo!
We've got you covered. Keep your heads
Thanks,
down.
Freeman.
To the trains, people!
Here.
We'll make sure you get there safe and sound.
Keep us covered, Freeman. Take some minutes. Gotta reload. Hurry up, people.
Sorry.
You guys coming?
Go on, Barney, they're not after you. Gordon and I will draw their attention while you get the others away from here. We can grab another train once you're clear.
Okay then. Don't take too long about it, yeah?
Here, let's open up this next track. Bye, Barney. Good luck.
See you when I see ya.
I'll get a head start on the next train. No time to lose.
「つまりは好奇心にとらわれてたんだ」「大切なものなら壊したんだ」「明かりの灯らないホールケーキ」「木製の君と踊ってたんだ」「クローゼットで待った今日も小さな体漂せ合って」「眠るのさ変わるのさ想像たやすい安全」「私バカな子なのどこにも行かないで濁った状態の鈍い目を覚ませ」「夜のうち片付けたおもちゃ」「無邪気なままでまだいたかった」愛情はただ捨ておくばかり剥がれ落ちた大事な記憶初公開のライフならばあえてありえないことを願う夏を Yellow, 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 yellow あいつは好奇心に殺されたようだ狡猾な術なら試したんだうたつの上がらないあんな行為満面の笑みで歌ってたんだクローゼットで待った今日は一人で待つんならこんなもんか変わるのさ終わるのさこうで求め続けるカチカチカチ迫る秒針もっと巻いてこう深くなってしまいな電池が逆さまになるなんでどうしてほらかすんだ透明窓から見た景色をまだ覚えていますいっそ消えてなくなるだけのイエロー崩れ落ちた帰り遂げ立つ救いなどないよ限りあるなんてまだ思う熱愛情はただ捨ておくばかり剥がれ落ちた大事な記憶初公開のライフならばあえてありえないことを願う夏を
Fantastic job, Gordon. You're my new hero. Oh, I don't believe it. I think we're actually gonna make it out of here. Quick now, let's get the train moving. Jump on, Gordon. I'm right behind you. Here we go. We did it, Gordon. Here we go. We did it, Gordon. going out.
短い夜に迷い込んだメール、部屋と孤独照らす眩しい画面、同じ時同じ気持ちの嬉し切なさ